Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Today is review day, and I'm going to review the Cosori air fryer. Is this possibly the coolest little cooker to come on the market in some time? Let's find out. Today I'm going to review the Cosori air fryer for you to cook both chicken and steak. This has really become a thing with a carnivore and keto diet where people are trying to get away from carbs and processed foods and eat much more naturally, just straight up meats and possibly veggies depending on what you're doing. So the Cosori air fryer here, what we've got is the 5.8 liter or quart unit. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to cook up steaks and chicken with this. I've never used it, but we've got some professional instruction here to get this all taken care of. Now, it comes with a quick guide to show you how to do it. Of course, it comes with the obligatory 100 recipe book and a boring user manual, which nobody ever reads, of course, and some sort of thank you warranty card. But it really all comes down to this. So we're going to do this and just do it straight away. I've never done it, so we'll see what happens here. But before we go on, if you wouldn't mind just hitting the subscribe button in the lower corner there, I would really appreciate it. It makes it easier for me to bring these videos to you. It doesn't spam you or anything, just makes it a lot more fun. So what we're going to do is show you the Cosori air fryer here. Now there are two models and two sizes here. And I would highly recommend just getting the large one simply because, let me squat down here, simply because if you've got a family other than feeding yourself, there's nothing like having a cooking thing and then having nothing fit. That would stink. So this air fryer here has a control panel. It's got one of these touch screens. I'll zoom in just a moment. It has a little pop-out handle and a cooking tray and a release to bring out the pan for cleaning. And there you go. So really pretty simple. Now you can see this unit, it does take some space, but how much space would a grill take in your kitchen? So that's a consideration. So instead of a toaster oven or a grill or something, this just uses hot air to cook. And it can go from 170 degrees to something like 400 degrees. I mean, it can really crank. One of the nice things is we're going to put the meat in the air fryer, you think oil. We're just going to do it straight up without any crazy oil. The only thing we're going to use today is duck fat. I'll put a link to everything that I'm going to display here. And good Old Bay seasoning, the old school stuff on the chicken. So one of the things about this air fryer is the container here, and it has this little latch deal. I'll zoom in here, and the one thing let's say you need to watch for, and I don't like, is it's easy to drop this pan as you push this out and you pick it up. And whatever you do, don't press this button until you're ready because it will drop the bottom of the pan. So it's for cleaning, but I would say that's the one weakness in the design, but that's really just a nit. And you can see the open pan design here. So any drippings go right down in the tray. It's very easy to clean. And you can just throw this in the sink, which is really nice. And you don't throw the unit in the sink at all, so you don't have to worry about electricity or anything. This is just straight up steel and plastic, and same thing with this thing. So very easy to clean. Don't use a green scrubby on it because it will shred the surface. And it's supposed to be non-stick. We'll see how long that lasts over time. I'll put some comments on the bottom. But literally, we'll fire this guy up. Now what we found is that you really don't have to preheat it. Even though the directions say, hey, preheat this thing, blah, 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 we really found that you don't have to. So I'm going to turn it on there. Okay, we'll zoom in a bit. And you can select your steak option. It starts at 400 for 6 minutes. You hit the temp time button twice, and then you can crank that up to 8 minutes for medium, and then 10 minutes for well done. I don't know why you'd want a well done steak, but hey. But what we found is 6 minutes actually starts pushing the steak towards more of a medium. So I like to do more of a 5-minute for a medium rare. Now the chicken, you press the chicken button, that is pretty much it straight away. You press the chicken button, you hit the play. I'm going to put my microphone right near it. There we go. And it literally is get going. Now, I'm not going to let this preheat up too long, but you can hit pause. And there you go. So it's already ready to go. And that's been the experience of cooking that chicken. Now do note that the air intake is actually on the top. So you don't want to put anything on this thing because this little structure here is this top, is the venting, and then on the back is the air out. So it's critical that you don't put this right against the counter or the backsplash or anything. The instructions are very keen on not putting this against anything to let the air flow so this unit works properly and it doesn't overheat. So that's the thing. Also, it does have a keep warm mode. I'll zoom in here, very high tech, I love it. So it does have a keep warm mode, so if you shut it off, turn it on, keep warm, and you'll just keep warm for you. You can do breads, cakes, carrots, broccoli, frozen stuff, fries, preheat bacon, fish, shrimp, chicken/turkey, and steak. So it pretty much has a setting for everything, which is pretty darn handy. So the instructions here simply come down to, you're probably going to do this with chicken and steak primarily, maybe veggies. The demo video on Amazon shows this gorgeous salmon meal. Yeah, whatever. The rest of us just do regular food. But you can see the steak instructions here. And 6 minutes, that is as much as you want to cook it for people who like a really good steak. Medium's pretty long. And do note, too, that 1 minute, when it's only 6 minutes, is pretty dramatic. So we're going to keep an eye on this thing, and we're going to fire up the process. So I'm going to cut away here, and we're actually going to open it up, throw the food in, and show you exactly how this operation works. And we'll see how it comes out. So let's check this thing out. All right, so what we're going to do is just put the chicken straight away into the unit. No oil or anything, with the Old Bay seasoning face down. We have already sprayed the duck fat on these legs. Now, one of the key things about this is not to overload this. It's very tempting to jam a ton of food in there, but it actually works best if you don't go crazy on this thing. And then we're going to spray a little bit more duck fat on there. It's animal fat instead of oil. It's supposed to be better. And a little bit of the Old Bay action. Looks yummy already. Okay. And you simply slide it in, return it on, press the chicken button, and you press start, and that is literally it. So the unit is going right now. It's going to cook for 25 minutes. We're going to cut the video so you don't have to watch 25 minutes of nothing happening. Let me put my microphone near the unit so you can hear how loud it is or not. It's really not that loud at all. It just sounds like a very muffled fan. So not really so bad there. And I mean, in the room, I would say, I mean, it's definitely quieter than a classic vent fan over a stove or a bathroom fan. It's more than quiet enough for enjoyable operations, so you can still enjoy your wine or your water or whatever you might drink. So we're going to cut this off right now, and we'll come back in about 23 minutes, turn it on, and see what happens. Okay, we're cutting in at 18 minutes countdown. I can already hear the meat sizzling, so that's pretty nice. The hot air coming out isn't really too hot, so it's certainly not making the kitchen any hotter than you might with the stove. Not as cool as a microwave, but microwaving chicken, oh. So already smelling some of the cooking meat and everything, and we'll continue on, see what happens. Okay, so the moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Woo! Still sizzling. Looks good. Crispy. Check that out. No oil, nothing, and it feels moist. Ha! This might be sweet. Okay, so here's the chicken with the crispy. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, so we've got the chicken. It's crispy, 25 minutes, ready to rock. Next step is the steak. We'll just toss those things in there and show you what it's like. All right, a little salt and pepper. And put steak in there. Flip it with the handy dandy tongs. Okay, cool. Get some more light on the situation. It's kind of dark. All right, so we've got salt and pepper and steak in there, and it's preheated. So we're gonna fire this thing up. All right, turn it off, turn it back on. Steak button. Temp time. Going for 5 minutes, medium, medium rare. Press the start, and that's literally it. So we'll see how that steak comes out. All right, so let's see how this steak looks. Woo, sizzling. Oh, baby. All right, we'll see what happens. Okay, so let's see what this steak looks like. It's a do or die, super thin ribeye. Oh, medium rare, just on the dot. Yes. All right, so we're washing this thing. Let's see how it goes. That non-stick surface, make sure to use a blue scrubby, not a green scrubby, because it'll shred the surface. And the cleaning seems to be going pretty well. Not too bad. Reasonable. And the splash pan seems to catch all the business, and it didn't get in there at all, so it's pristine, which is really nice. And the top with the heater coil looks totally clean because the air flows down. All right. So let's see if that's burned on and miserable. Wow, that almost just washes off. I think we might have a winner here, because a lot of times when you cook with these things, it's so burned on you just want to throw it in the trash after one use. So after a tiny bit of cleanup, I mean, it was really surprising, let me pull this out again, how easy it was to clean this surface off. And always be aware, that's the one thing I don't like about it, but that's just the way it's designed. You click this back in, it is all clean and solid. This unit stayed clean completely, so I would say that is a total winner. So that Cosori air fryer is really impressive. The 5.8 liter is nice because we can put more chicken and steak and whatever else in there. So if you're doing the keto diet or the carnivore diet, I think this might actually be a superior winner, because you just throw it in, spray some duck fat on there for flavoring, and toss in some Old Bay just to make it interesting for the chicken. Press the button, 25 minutes later, bow, crispy chicken, which is actually hard to do on the grill because you burn it and whatnot. Nothing got burned in here. The steak, there's a thin ribeye, put it in for 5 minutes, took it out immediately. It was very well cooked into the medium rare range. The edges were maybe about medium. So this is one thing to note about this unit is when it's done cooking, you need to get stuff out of there immediately because it keeps cooking. So the chicken or steak or whatever will keep cooking. So you need to, I would say, watch it. Theoretically in the ads, they say, oh, you can just let it sit. But just like any steak or any chicken, you let it sit in the hot area and it's still going to keep cooking. So overall, that Cosori, I would say, is a total winner. Yeah, for the price, it's amazingly good. Had grilled quality food inside the house. It could be raining, storming, or whatever. Don't have to be outside in the grill. It's not as sexy as a grill, but not too shabby. So can't recommend this thing enough. First straightaway use, pretty sweet. I'm going to put links below to the Cosori unit, the 5.8 liter, the duck fat spray, the Old Bay, everything you can get on Amazon in the links below. Pretty sweet. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Please like and comment on the video. Also, hit that subscribe button, makes it easier to continue bringing these videos to you. Please also support me on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon, and check out my website at www.ncexped.com for more fun, information, motivation, travel, and my show, World Beyond. Thank you very much for watching!